Welcome to BitBoy Crypto.
We can't let anybody else find out who we are. My eyes are up here. I personally would not advise that strategy. Yeah. Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird, how to make money in crypto.
Oh, you're killing me.
Can I get a different color?
Sure.
That blue doesn't look great.
What color?
I don't know. What do you think? The people are going to complain no matter what.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What color?
What color you want? We'll
I
let
don't
the
know.
basement decide.
Okay.
Basement, what color?
What? Oh, we're live right now?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's what that 2 seconds means.
I wear my glasses inside all the time when we're not on the show. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. People, home of the BitSquad, largest, greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. No channel works harder. Keep you in the know about crypto. I'm excited today. I am so excited today. I'll tell you this. No, I don't like that color. I need something
Well,
cooler
we
than
said
that.
we were gonna let the basement decide.
Yeah, basement decide.
They
Basement
did.
decide.
They said green.
No, the green does. Look at this. I look like half a green screen.
Rainbow.
Rainbow. That's right. Fridays we bring back bull market vibes. Sailor Ron shirt here. I always thought. You guys know I'm not very fancy, right? You guys know that. You guys know when I go out, I go to these conferences, I dress fancy, but I'm not very fancy. I always thought Post Malone was saying Sailor Ron. I was like, who is the sailor? Who is Sailor Ron? I did not understand.
It's Michael's brother.
How about our guy Nick that was here yesterday, rocking that Dior? Yeah. Old Nick, man, he's something. I like that guy, man. He is something. Yeah, I'm alive today, guys. I feel really great. I think that why do I feel great? Well, I did my first trade in over a year. Well, actually, apparently I was trading at the end of last year, like just a little bit on Femex. I lost like a Bitcoin. But first trade in 2022 I made, and we were in the green. We won it. So Richard Hart has entered the chat to challenge Ben to a walk-off. Oh, I tell you what, I feel like me and Richard Hart are the Derek Zoolander and what's the other guy's name? What is his name? No, I don't want anybody to tell me. I don't want anybody to tell me. What is it Hans? No, it's like
That's close.
it's something like that, isn't it? What is his name? Somebody tell me his name.
Hansel.
Hansel. Who is Hansel here? And who is Derek Zoolander? I need to know that. That's me. I want to make a music video with Richard Hart. Do you think we should do that?
Should.
You
it's a
do
big
not
word.
want me to make a music video with Richard Hart.
No,
I
I
want
mean,
to
go
make
for
one
it.
so bad.
Will he allow that? Is he allowed in the U.S.?
He's here right now.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
You sure?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's here right now. He said he was. Hansel! That's right. How do we see your trade? I'm going to show you guys. Also, we're going to be showing you guys our portfolio today that we've created, our triple portfolio, 1,000, 10,000, 25,000. It's up slightly right now. We're going to do a big video on it tonight. We're going to try to update you guys on these on Fridays. Bradley Boyko, let's go Mets. No, we don't like the Mets. But we do love Brandon Nimmo. I love Brandon Nimmo on the Mets. He's going to get me on the field for batting practice.
Have you seen?
He's a big crypto guy.
some of
So
those-
I think T1 Walker also is a big crypto guy.
Have you seen some of those Dodgers lowlights? Not highlights, but like they've been struggling. lately.
Yeah. That's right.
Did you see that? The guy had almost an in the park home run because they had 3 errors on the same play.
Yeah.
It looked like a little league, like a 9-year-old baseball
Oh my
team out there
gosh.
playing.
They've been playing
Overthrow
so well
first,
before that.
overthrow second, overthrow home. It was crazy.
There are big rivals right now, pretty much Braves and the Mets, of course. The Mets, you can't just sports talk for like just 1 minute here. Mets have been crushing it, and I will tell you this: I have hated the Mets my entire life, like so much. As a Falcons or as a Braves fan, like it's hard to like the Mets. But I tell you, I like Brandon Nimmo so much, man. Like he tells me that in their locker room, people there talk about me sometimes, or they were during the bull market for sure. And I hope to meet some of those guys when they come back here in a couple weeks. And I hope the Mets make the playoffs. I hope we win the division. But even if we don't win the division, we're still going to make the playoffs. And Max Scherzer and Jacob deGrom together. Whoa! Max Scherzer looked so unhittable against us last time he was here, and Braves lost last night. But anyways, guys, look, my name is Ben. You guys know this. Come to you live every single day, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the favorite standard time of this time zone. I guess we should talk crypto. What do we want to talk? Car giveaway. We're going to be doing our car giveaway to a single. We usually do a single parent. Others people in bad situations as well. We're going to be doing that next week. So you guys pay attention. We've already got the person for it. We just got to figure out how to make that happen logistically. Also, I did want to mention if you're interested, if you know someone who is in need, a lot of people in need right now lost all their money in Celsius, but you guys can send an email to giving@bitboycrypto.com, and we will send you back a form to fill out on that. So
Did you see that tweet I dropped in the chat
well,
about the Celsius stuff?
that's Twitter Buzz today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to cover that on Twitter Buzz, I think as well, even though I don't really like that guy. Do you think I should stop saying I don't like people?
Yeah.
Why? But they attack me nonstop.
Yeah.
People that attack me nonstop, I don't like. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but if people attack, you can't attack back and expect this, different. Basically,
I don't expect anything different.
Yeah. I think there's more power in positivity than negativity.
What do y'all think? What does the chat think? What do y'all think? Do y'all think I should be more positive towards people? I'm very curious to what the people think. Do y'all think no, ask this. Am I too hard on people? Let's see. Let's see what they say here. Don't forget, we have our BitSquad meet and greet in Toronto. It's our pin tweet if you want to go check that out. Don't forget to check out Crypto Crows, Murder Crows project, by the way. So, it's not sold out yet. It's very cheap. Got some real cool stuff.
A project that murders crows?
Do you not know what a murder of crow is?
No, I do.
Oh, you do. You do know. Okay.
I do. It's a grouping of crow.
Also, I saw a picture of Carl yesterday, and I tweeted that I want y'all to know that I will never become a lifestyle influencer. I want you guys to know that. No shade towards Carl. I love Carl. But him and Crypto are both like going this lifestyle or influencer route.
Yeah.
I can't do it, guys. I can barely take a picture without cracking a camera. Let's see. David Marcus. You know who David Marcus is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Head of payments.
Big surprise. What's that?
He's he was head of payments at PayPal, and then he moved over to Meta, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, can't believe the evil empire of Facebook is supporting the company of the devil himself. Remember this: BlackRock #2 holder of MicroStrategy and Tesla. Great reset coming at breakneck speed. We're going to look at more of that. This didn't get as. This was a good tweet. You know when you retweet something, it just doesn't get as much engagement, unfortunately. But we're going to look at that. I did call this guy a dummy. Even a broken clock is right twice per day. When my Apple Watch is broken, it's literally right 0 times a day. It's digital. Richard Hart's dad going through some stuff, or mom going through some stuff, by the way. My dad going through cancer. He was up here the other day, but, hope Richard Hart's mom is good. I'm looking for this. I told you guys this about 4 months ago here. The SEC was going to go after every single exchange. I didn't say every single U.S. exchange. What I told you was exchange after exchange after exchange was receiving SEC letters. And, because of our faux pas at the end of last year, everybody thinks when I get all this information, there's always faults. But, we had a couple things at the end of the year that didn't happen, but everything else has been good. So we told you, I know the exchanges, and I know what they're doing to try to fix it. And I know what some of the things they're going after, but I can't reveal that. Unfortunately, Brittany Griner, they want to exchange. This is my comment right here. You would think by now that people would realize I thrive on hate comments. They're my favorite part of Twitter. They just keep giving me what I want, thinking it will stop me. That's the definition of low IQ. So I had to say that. I burned this guy pretty good. I don't know if y'all saw this. Where was the guy that said, here it is. This guy commented on this. It was, I love when I mention crypto Twitter to someone new and they ask me how to get there. Crypto Twitter is a real place. It's the Hotel California of crypto. And then where is this guy that made this comment, this income sharks guy? I probably shouldn't even be giving him clout. Anyways, regardless, he said, he tried a ratio on me, and he said, you just say that because you don't actually, it is a real place, but you don't belong. This guy's got 300,000 followers, okay. So of course, I burned him pretty bad. I said, oh, if I don't belong, and I have almost 1 million, and you're less than half my size, and you had a 3-year head start on me, what does that say about you? I'm just saying. A lot of people like that burn there. That's the thing is I really like burning people. It is what it is. I don't think I'll ever stop liking that. What did the chat say? Did you put a poll?
I didn't do the poll.
Yeah. It's not everybody saying positive. Guys, I am who I am. It is what it is. You guys want to check out bitboycrypto.com. Don't forget our merch. Our merch giveaway is over. We have the best merch in crypto if you guys didn't know that. So go check that out.
And actually, if you guys have any suggestions for designs or ideas of things you'd like to see in the future, we could definitely start rolling out some community-based designs. So just send it, either comment or go to the Hip Merch socials and let us know what you want to see.
Yeah. Well, I tell you this: if everybody liked me, if everybody in crypto loved me, I would still find. I would have to force people to hate me somewhere. I'm like Kobe. You know, well, I'm not going to compare myself to Kobe Bryant, literally, obviously. Rest in peace, Kobe. Only person who ever died I cried over. So I haven't had a lot of tragedy in my life, to be honest with you. But fact is, you know, Kobe would say when he would go into the arena, like, and he would get booed, he would thrive on that. He needed that. He needed that challenge. And that's kind of how I am. You know, I'm always looking for where the
You need an
controversy is.
enemy.
I need an enemy. I need enemies. I need them. I don't know why. All right, let's look at the markets, guys. Let's move on here. Was there anything else we were supposed to mention?
I don't know.
I didn't think so. Okay. 20,460 cryptos, 499 exchanges, 1.083 trillion in market cap. Let me just make sure. Yeah, pretty much good. 70 billion in volume. Bitcoin dominance down again, 40.6%. What is going on with the ADA staking pool? Still not fixed. Basically, we are in talks with basically the people from Rare Blue, and we're going to hook us up with some people that are going to help us fix it. So, you know,
it could be like we're just waiting for the new block. BJ said he
basically on this epoch, we're not minting anything, and on the next one we should.
BJ said he stayed up all night watching the block, and then it just started getting longer and longer. So in the next few minutes, we'll know if it's minting or not.
Okay.
So we're cleaning up the databases, and there's a lot of auto update files in there that were automatically undoing a lot of the fixes that we were attempting. So it should be dialed in by next epoch.
Yeah. Well, here's what I want everyone to understand about that Cardano pool. When we get it fixed over the next few weeks, we will have permanent solutions, and we won't have this again. So we know it sucks. It sucks for us. Trust me, it's not good. We don't like it. We hate it for the people that have it staked on there. But we are going to get it fixed. And, you know, unfortunately, you know, we just don't have a ton of developers in here in-house to make this happen, but we're working on changing that. So
yeah, and once it is fixed, there's things that we could do with the blocks that get minted that are we can give them back to the pool and help catch us up. So we'll do that.
Bitcoin dominance 40.6% down, hovering to get down below 30. And I tell you,
wow,
that's almost a low, isn't it?
Not you mean recently?
In the last 4 years. In the last 4 years, I think that is almost a low. It may be. We may literally be right now at the 40.76, 40.76, 40.18, 40.18, 40.14. We are right now threatening. We are within 0.5% of Bitcoin being at its lowest dominance in 4 years in a bear market. There's this thought. Okay, so let me tell you guys about this app that I downloaded. I really like this app. It's called Blinkist. This is not a promotion. It's called Blinkist. And what it does is it takes books and it basically shortens them down into like 15-minute reads. And I like that because I don't have time for full books.
Did you get it from Hudson?
No.
He's a big fan of that too.
I can't remember. I think I got it from Brian Evans, actually. Shout out to my guy, Brian Evans. But the point is, the guy we were talking about the other day that wrote that Black Swan book, that was one of the books. And so I read the summary of that. And I think it's really true. Like, the thing is, and I'm so guilty of this. I'm so guilty. Do you know why they call it a Black Swan event?
Because it's unpredictable?
Well, yeah. But did you know that there was a time where people didn't know a Black Swan actually existed?
Oh, yeah.
Like a real black swan, like an animal.
Like
right?
it was thought to be like mythical or
Well, not even mythical. Nobody had ever seen one. They didn't even imagine it. It didn't come into their realm of possibility that there would be a black swan. And then one day somebody finds one. It's a super crazy rare anomaly. But the problem is you had zero inclination that a black swan was possible. And so because of that, people would have never accounted for a black swan. And that's what happens in life, in market specifically, is you can't account for something that you don't know. You have to take all of the risks into consideration. And when we talk about 4-year cycles and we talk about history, it's a pretty good predictor. But the fact is, it's not 100%. And so I think really that's a message we've been trying to talk to you guys about all life or all year.
All life.
All life. Not all life. Last year we weren't really saying this, but we got to factor in the unknown. The common knowledge in the 4-year cycles is Bitcoin goes way up in dominance during the bear market. And there's a lot of people out there who have said that. And I also thought it was going to go up. I thought it was going to go, at first I said above 55%. Then I started saying 50%. I don't know if we're going to see it hit that 47% or 46, whatever it got up to at the peak here, might be the highest we're going to see. We might be seeing a total reversal. Now, what is really cool about this is this seems to back up I want to call it a theory because we haven't seen it yet, but the idea that this ETH merge is going to lead into a separation from the altcoin market from the Bitcoin 4-year cycle. We're seeing that in the dominance right now. We're seeing that reflected. And if we do see that, we could see Bitcoin dominance in the bear market hit an all-time low. That would be absolutely insane. So we just need to do a better job, I think, factoring in, kind of like the Celsius. Like, we just didn't factor in, we could lose our money there. The people with Slope Wallet, you didn't factor in, you could lose it on a hot wallet. We're getting more information that's going to help us be smarter in the future. But this Bitcoin dominance story is absolutely massive. All the Bitcoin maximalists are wanting to deny this is going on, basically. So 12 Paraguay is going to send you an ETH transaction. Wow. Bitcoin coming in right at $23,000. Ethereum 1674. Ethereum up 4%, while Bitcoin's at even, basically. Binance Coin still continuing to make all-time highs against Bitcoin. XRP at 37 cents. Cardano is still stuck at about 50 cents. Solana, Polkadot, Dogecoin now out of the top 10. And I think before long, we're going to have some really cool features where we're not even going to have to use CoinMarketCap to show these numbers.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really cool. And what I want to do is I want to take the stablecoins out of our top 10 list.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw my comment yesterday. I want to add USD to it for perspective, because when you put it, we get very used to looking at these numbers and assessing, okay, market cap, circulating supply, yada, yada, yada. You look at it for the dollar. I shared it on Instagram the other day. It's like trillions in circulation, no cap, 25% of the supply created in the last 6 months. Like, what is this trash coin? Oh, it's the dollar.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's the ultimate meme coin.
The DXY, Frank, are we going to look at the DXY today? Okay. Because it broke down, didn't it, from the parabola? Okay. And guys, this is why we're doing our sample portfolio video tonight. It's coming out tonight. Basically, it's kind of like vlog style, where I was on the board mapping everything out that I wanted to do, and you guys are going to see the behind the scenes behind all my thinking on everything, which, by the way, it does not include Algorand or HBAR, and I didn't even say, like, those are two that I'm looking at. I don't think, or did it? Did we put Algo and HBAR in the bigger portfolio? Maybe we did. Actually, we can look at it right now. Where's it at? No, I did not. You can show this. I'm going to show you guys just briefly. I'm going to preview. We have the $1,000 portfolio. We have the $10,000 portfolio, $25,000 portfolio. Here is basically what we're looking at with our $25,000 portfolio right now. We are up a little bit, 116 bucks on this as of right now. But I'm going to give you guys the reasoning for all of these coins, why these are the ones that we picked. And then I'm going to do that for each one of these portfolios. And you guys are going to understand how we're building these bear market portfolios I want the 25,000 to hit $1 million. I want the 10,000 to maybe hit 500,000. I'd love for the 1,000 to reach 100,000, but the 1,000 is the one we have to actually be the least risky with. But over time, we can compound and get into a few riskier assets to try to get us there. So, we're going to be showing this on the live stream different times. We're going to be doing these videos about it. We're going to be talking about it. But I did just want to point out the one thing that's not going to be on that video tonight is HBAR and Algorand. And when I'm looking at potential coins to add in, I should have put those up there. Those are definitely two that I'm big on for this next bull run. Wanted to be clear on that. So let's move on and look at, let's check out the top gainers of the day. Near Protocol, Theta Network, Trust Wallet token.
Interesting.
I wonder, did I get airdrop maybe?
I wonder. I'll have to check.
This has got to be new, right?
I would think so. I wonder if it gives better rewards if you use the staking on Trust Wallet. And I will say, guys,
look at it's been around. I didn't know there was a token. Did you?
I didn't know, and I use Trust Wallet.
Wow, this is interesting. I wonder if this has to do with the Celsius stuff. People moving over to something like Trust Wallet. Interesting.
And Trust, I will say, is one that does provide easy on-chain staking for a couple of projects like Cosmos. It's very easy to put Cosmos in the Trust wallet, which is self-custody, where you hold the keys and you can lock it up and get staking rewards all on your own.
Yeah, 1K portfolio should be least risky and no BTC in there. Yeah, I mean, I believe that if you there's just not a huge reward with Bitcoin compared to altcoins. They're just not. So what we're trying to do with these portfolios is we're trying to build these as much as we can over this next bull run. That's what we're trying to do. With Bitcoin, I don't think we're going to do that. With a $25,000 portfolio, it could make sense to add Bitcoin, but we're not going to be including Bitcoin in these portfolios. But I do give an explanation of why and how you could kind of think about potentially adding Bitcoin maybe to a larger portfolio. But yeah, it's the least risky, but it's the least reward. So
these portfolios will be changing and adjusting as well.
Absolutely,
so
it's not a HODL portfolio. We're going to be selling, taking profit, moving to other stuff.
That's what I was going to say. There'll probably be a point where we roll profits back up into Bitcoin as the year goes on.
Well, I mean, that would be the move as we head back towards the bear market, where we're taking profits and stuff like that. So, all right, let's get over here to Femex here. As you guys can see here, I'm on Femex. If you want to sign up for Femex, you can drop that in the chat up there, TJ, the affiliate link where you can get to this page, sign up if you want. I am proud to announce that we are 1 for 1 on trades. I did make a trade last night. Let me pull up. I'm going to have Frank come up briefly here in a couple minutes. But what I wanted to show is what I did with this trade. So this is Lux Algo. We are on the 1 hour chart. This is what we're using. I'm doing 5x leverage, which is, for me, it is like, watching paint dry. But I'm trying to go with it because I know it's safe and I don't want people doing risky stuff. But last night, I got this buy signal right here. Now, basically, on this buy signal, this was a purple candle on Lux Algo, which we'll drop the Lux Algo discount code in the chat when Frank comes up. But basically, when I got this buy signal, it was right here in the purple. And when it's purple, it means it's kind of neutral, kind of about to go sideways a little bit. I felt good because basically I was able to get this buy in about halfway up this candle here. And that worked out very well for me. So I traded it. I think my entry price, we'll look at my trade here. Now, I was trading last year on this account, and this account overall is down like a Bitcoin. I was doing some risky stuff. Going forward, we're going to track from this point on. And I don't even know. Somebody may have made that trade for me around Christmas. I don't remember doing any trading on crypto, on leverage trading on Femex at the end of last year, but maybe I did. Who knows? So let's go here and look at where are my trade history? Order history. Okay. Does that have, let's see, order history, closed positions. Okay. All right. So you guys can see here, see if I can make this happen. Basically, these are, does this have the date on here so I can track the date? Yeah. Open date 8/4. So you guys can see where I opened this trade at right here. It was 48,986 contracts. I put the whole amount in, $10,000, but I did set a stop loss. My open price was 22,886. I closed the last portion of it at 23,000, but I kept basically a 50% of it I took off the table when it was at like 23.3. So we made closed P&L or realized P&L. We made a 2.42% ROI, a 0.01 BTC trade with $10,000. That's not too bad. I wish it would show this in green when it's a winning trade instead. So we need to work on, Frank, how to display these in a good way on here, because this isn't really. I think what may be even better is if we actually maybe move some of this to a spreadsheet or something. I'm not sure. Let's talk about it later today, Frank.
We could probably make a page on the website, and so other people could follow along too.
Yeah. But remember, don't do exactly what I do.
Not to copycat.
Don't copycat, because you're not going to get the same entries.
Right.
But anyways, it was a positive trade. Why did I close out the remainder of this trade this morning? I got a sell signal on Lux Algo. As you can see, it did not confirm. The sell signal did not confirm. But since I was already in profit and I moved my stop loss up to my entry so I could not lose the trade, I went ahead and just took profit a little bit above the stop loss. And that way I was able to get a winning trade. We're 1 for 1 now, and really looking forward to continuing that. You got to let this stuff come to you is what you have to do. So actually what I did last night is I texted Frank at what, like 11:30? Maybe. You know?
Those late night
And what,
texts.
Frank, what exactly did I text?
You up?
I literally did. At first it was YOU up question mark. And I said, no,
okay.
that's not how the kids do it.
No.
You up.
You up.
So he said yes. And so after sending me a weird GIF,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, what do you think? Should I close this trade? And he said, basically, there's a lot of indicators showing sideways right now. Close half the trade, move up and stop loss to your entry. And that's what we did. So that's how you win trades. It's all about adding up the greens.
Right.
Eventually, you're going to get a massive trade that rips. And that's going to keep you protected from when you hit stop losses of it, down the road. That's what you're looking for. You're trying to set yourself up in a position to where you're able to hit the big trade, but you're also taking profits along the way. You want green trades. That's when we were so successful last year. 23 out of 24 consecutive green trades. I'll probably never match that again, so don't expect that. But want to give you guys some thoughts on why I made this trade. Basically, another thing is I looked at this here. We basically, from this spot down here on Market Cipher, we had our big green dot, as you can see, and then we get the buy signal here. And I went and I looked, and the beginning of this candle, or the end of this candle, was basically the beginning of where we got the green dot. It's about the same range. So I used those double confirmations that was a good trade, even though it wasn't strong down here. That's another reason why I was looking to pull the profit. So Frank, you want to come on up about 5 minutes here?
And that idea.
No, we don't win trades by texting Frank. And I just his opinion. What's the big deal?
Well,
like there's wisdom in counselors. I don't know if you know that.
I did not tell Ben where to get into that trade. He was just like, hey, what do you think? Just asking my opinion on the markets. That is not.
But that technique he was describing, and I know it's something you talk about a lot, Frank, especially for new traders, if you're trying to get the hang of it, moving that stop loss up to keep your trade in the green once you're in profit is a very good habit to get into for newer traders.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that Ben said that because, this game is way more about capital preservation, risk management, and psychology more than it is TA. TA is obviously important, but yeah, once you get into profit, move your stop loss to your entry. That way, if you get stopped out, even a little bit in profit, so if you could peak up above your entry a tiny bit, that way you won't pay the fees. You'll still get out a green trade. But that's basically what you want to do, guys. When you get into deep enough into profit, you move that stop loss up to your entry. Now you have a risk-free trade. And then, your P&L might be, tiny win, huge win, tiny win, right? So,
but you're never going to have the gigantic loss because you're going to use proper stop losses and risk management. So you're never going to have a big loss. You can actually lose 9 out of 10 trades and massively be up in profit.
And that's what controlling your losses, guys. Even if you're getting tiny loss, huge win, right? And a lot of people don't want to stick through there. It's kind of boring, right? If you're getting a ton of small losses, small gains, it can get kind of boring. Everybody wants to get rich overnight, but that way you limit your loss. As long as your losses are smaller than your wins, then you're going to be in good shape, right? So taking a look at the charts here, guys. I'm actually going to, there we go. Okay. So taking a look here, I swear Bitcoin is like, oh, Frank, you're about to go on the stream. Let me just go back to where I was yesterday and the day before and the day before. So let me just turn off Lux here for a second so we can look at the candles. But so here we are, guys, back at, basically back at our level that we've been watching here. Let me see, there we go. Okay. So yeah, back at our level right here. This is the level that we've been watching very, very closely. And, if you watch the stream every day, you will know that we're looking, if we can hold this and continue higher, this is what we're looking for, right? If we break down below this line, I am expecting much lower prices. No, I wouldn't say much lower, but it could be, if we break down below this and start closing higher time frame candles, bunch of 4-hour candles, it would make me start feeling pretty bearish. Maybe working our way down towards this spider line, which is coming in at about 22 260, 20, can't get the exact level there. Yeah, 22 220. On my chart, it's 22 222. So that's the level that I'm watching if we start closing candles, 4-hour candles below this level. But I mean, this is, it's just brutal, right? We came down below it. This is where we thought the breakdown was. Last night, I was feeling pretty bearish. My short was in the green. We started coming down, and we came down to one of my first profit targets for the short. We just missed it. But then we wound up turning around, right? But once we came below here a decent amount, I was thinking it is likely for us to move lower down, potentially down towards the range lows. But here we are, right? We're back at this level. We came above. Now we're like, okay, now we're breaking above. Now it's, and now we're just right back down at this level. But this remains the key level. This remains the key level that we need to either get a strong bounce up off of or come down below. Now, with that being said, I know it's kind of back and forth, talking out of both sides of your mouth, which is essentially what we're doing here because that's how the markets work. They go up and they go down. Yeah, so let me see. Another thing to keep in mind here so we can try to predict this is if we start seeing, which we are starting to see, money flow coming out on these lower time frames, seeing the money flow come out on these lower time frames as the 4-hour VWAP is crossing down here. As that VWAP crossover happens to the downside and creates that red dot, if you are seeing these lower time frames like the 12-minute, you can see you're getting money flow crossover into the red, 15-minute money flow coming out. This is typically pretty indicative that you're going to get a move to the downside. So last night, if you guys were in the Discord, the Frankie Candles Discord, we were showing there were bullish divergences printing absolutely everywhere, which is kind of how we could have predicted this big move to the, or decent move to the upside, which is looking somewhat like a short squeeze. Turning on Lux Algo here, let's kind of look at the charts here. Another really cool thing about Lux Algo are these take profit and stop loss levels. This is part of the premium indicator. If you guys want to sign up for Lux Algo, remember you can use BitBoy20 to save 20% on the premium indicator. It comes with the colored candles, all these overlays, as well as oscillators. Similar to Market Cypher B, not the same, but they have an ultimate MACD, which reacts much quicker than the regular MACD, giving you earlier signals. They have a lot of really good stuff, and we've been loving Lux Algo. I know Ben's been loving it now too. We absolutely love it. So yeah, don't forget BitBoy20 to save some money. They have a bunch of different payment options as well. But you could see that we are starting to get these red candles on the 15-minute, right? So lower time frames, money coming out. That 4-hour VWAP is crossing to the downside, indicating that we could be printing a red dot on the 4 hours soon, and we're getting these red candles on Lux Algo. But turning this back off just to clear things up a little bit, guys. Like I said, if we were up here when I came up, now there's stuff to talk about. But as soon as I come on, it comes right back down to this key level. This is the main level that we're watching, right? We're looking for strong bounces up. Or if we break down below and get a bearish retest like this and start coming down, that would make me think that we could come further down, closer towards that 22K area, 222. Remember, that level is a main level that I'm watching for us to get pulled down to. One of the first levels I'm looking at. But again, with things looking, the money flow coming out, things like this, I am thinking we could potentially come back down, bearish retest, and work our way down. So be careful. We're also working our way into the weekend, which we could get some funky price action there as well. And then real quick, before I let you guys go, I do just want to check in on the DXY. Now, whoo-hoo, baby, look at that thing go. Yikes. But
that's the 15-minute, though.
Yeah, this is the, yes.
Can we pull up the longer?
Yes.
Can you actually, is it possible to pull up the logarithmic?
Yes, this is on log.
So, there you go.
Yeah. So that was the 15-minute.
I thought it broke down below the log.
So
on the weekly. What about the daily?
Boom.
So it did break down a little bit.
It is starting to break down here. We are getting a bounce. It is funny, guys. Like, I mean, if you're very, very new to charts, a lot of times you go to these lower time frames and you're like, oh my God. And then you zoom out and it's like not that big of a deal. You want to remember that. So I'm glad Ben said that. But there's a mixed bag here, guys, with the DXY. I was talking about this on my show yesterday. Now, we do have the weekly bearish divergence here. It is confirmed, which would be very bullish for Bitcoin and very bearish for the dollar. Now, that is our main bearish case. But it is quite a mixed bag here because, I just want to show you guys let me pull up our parallel channel here, and I just kind of want to. I'm just going to rough out this channel. I know these levels are not going to be absolutely perfect. Just bear with me, guys. Trying to do it live. But essentially, we are in this channel, and this is kind of why I feel like it's a mixed bag, right? Every time we come to the bottom of this channel, we do find support before working up closer to the top of that range. Same thing here. We didn't come all the way down. But this is basically, you have the weekly bearish divergence, which is obviously bearish for the dollar, but we're also coming to the bottom of this channel, as well as you also have the confluence of your horizontal level of support here. So it is possible to see that, see this price actually bounce off the bottom of this channel and continue higher. So definitely a very, very mixed bag here for the DXY. So and then looking at Market Cipher B, you do have the daily money flow coming out, which would be bullish for Bitcoin. Obviously, if you guys don't know, the DXY typically moves inverse of Bitcoin. So we are getting pretty mixed signals here. But what I am looking for is a breakdown of this channel. So there's really no way of telling. I know everybody wants the yes or no answer. Is the DXY going to absolutely dump? Is it going to rip? But it's just simply not how it works, guys. But what you could do is gather information like this. We have confluence of the bottom of the channel with the horizontal level of support here, which could bring us back to the upside. But then you have the weekly bearish divergence, and but a lot of mixed signals here. But basically what I'm watching is this level. If we can break down out of this channel and bearishly retest, and then you start seeing more bearish signs like the money flow coming out, maybe some manipulation X's or blood diamonds, something like that would indicate that this thing is about to absolutely just dump out of here. And that would be very, very bullish for Bitcoin. Maybe that's when we get our ride up to that 2830K mark. So there you go, guys. That's about all I got. Congrats to Ben on getting back into trading with a strong win. I love it.
Real quick, before you hop off, have either one of you, they were asking about a tutorial for how to use Lux Algo. I know we haven't done one for the BitBoy channel yet. Have you done that, Frank?
I am literally going to shoot that right now.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
So go follow Frankie Candles if you guys want to see that,
like that.
how-to.
Bing bong. Yes.
They also always remark that you love to touch the mic. You always play with and adjust the mic. Every
Me?
time you're up there. No,
or Frank?
Frank. Yeah. Sway. Frank Sway.
Okay. Oh, my gosh. If y'all knew what a great person Frank was, y'all would subscribe to his channel.
Yeah.
So,
Just
I tell you what, you guys may not know this. I've never said this before. If I die, Frank's taking over.
Oh.
So you guys know I am going grizzly bear hunting. So if this bear gets me, it might happen. But we'll see. I hope the bear doesn't get me. I guess it's got the right to bear arms as well.
They want to know why your shirt is now wet.
Why is my shirt wet? Why is my shirt wet? Oh. My propel. I was holding my propel right here.
Mm-hmm.
My propel. See, exact match. There it is. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. All right, let's move on. All right. Bitcoin price reaches 23.4K. I had my remaining stop loss at take profit at 23.5. So appreciate that, Bitcoin. 4.6 gains amid very mixed outlook. I think this is a good way to say it. Guys, and don't forget to smash the like button. Look, what do y'all think? Should we bring back the bull market vibes? Should we do the bull market shirts?
Yeah.
Try to get some of those. I got a nice Burberry one. I mean, man, we can really make it happen.
We should set a price, and once we break that price, go back into bull market mode.
I mean, maybe anytime it's, I don't know, or 25K maybe. So, but I really agree with this. Very mixed outlook. I know y'all missed the colorful shirts. Bitcoin rebounded overnight into August 5th as a fresh trend line reclaim opened the door to further gains. Sets up for tentative long signal. I do think we're seeing a rally here, but I think, you guys know where I stand on bottom of the market. Trader and analyst Rhett Capital nonetheless voiced ongoing caution. He said historically BTC have been able to generate tremendous buy-side interest at the 200-week MA, which is where we're at. Ethereum strength Ethereum fails to continue. So, I mean, that still looks like it's continuing to me, doesn't it? I mean, higher highs, lower lows. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. There emerged 1 month away. Concerns are also increasing over the likelihood of a contentious hard fork on the network. And real quick, guys, I do want to just talk about this for 1 second. InvestFest, that's in Atlanta. This is tomorrow. It starts tonight. T-Pain's going to be there.
Nice.
Is Akon going to be there?
I don't think so.
I don't see Akon on here anywhere. But anyways, you guys know we We're good friends with Akon. But this is VIP night is tonight. Who knows? Maybe I'll go to this. Maybe I'll go to VIP night tonight. Tomorrow, Steve Harvey, 19 Keys. 19 Keys was on our on Around the Blockchain the other day.
Yeah.
Charlamagne the God, Wall Street Trapper, Chris Johnson. Let's see here. Big Boy Crypto. There I am, as you guys can see. But we're going to be speaking tomorrow at InvestFest in Atlanta at 10 o'clock. We're on the secondary stage. I don't know how I got the secondary stage, but I'll take it. I love Atlanta. I love people from Atlanta. I love people come down to Atlanta. I think out of all the speakers, I could be wrong. I think me and the CEO of Chick-fil-A are the only white guys, I think. So we'll see what happens. We're excited about that. I certainly love
guy.
What's that?
I said you're the token white guy.
I'm the token white guy. Yeah,
like
it's okay. No, look, I've grown up in Atlanta. Like this is my city. I love supporting anything. We're doing a lot of work with Web3 with people in Atlanta as well. And so I'm thrilled. I'm honored to be able to go. Earn Your Leisure putting this on. You guys know we love Earn Your Leisure.
Yeah.
We love Ian Dunlap. Like Earn Your Leisure. I'm telling you guys, these are people that care so freaking much about their audience. And that is exactly what I love. I love when people are authentic, when they're real, when they try to help their audience out. I know a lot of you guys who are watching the channel now, that may have been how you found us. And anything those guys do, I'm going to support 100%. So really good there. So, all right, let's go ahead and click on one if you're going to be up there, check that out. Glassnode report shows previous Bitcoin surge was a bull trap. Once again, mixed signals. Oh, we didn't do Twitter buzz.
No.
I was moving on. Let's go ahead and move to Twitter buzz. Let's do that real quick.
Perfect. Tweet. Still working on some.
Tweet. A lot of great segments coming up for you guys. We're playing a lot of stuff. Here's Dylan LeClaire. Did they say I'm supposed to be positive?
Yes.
Was that the general consensus?
General consensus. Yes. No, you don't have to be positive. Just know there's just less attacking of people.
My guy says, easy says, Ben, you okay with black people. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. That's, we love Atlanta, like I said. And I'm honored to go up there and to be able to do that tomorrow, like I said. LMFAO, the World Economic Forum, is listed as one of the Celsius creditors.
And it's hard to see there, but it is highlighted.
Yeah, I can pull up the tweet actually on my end real quick.
The
if we
tweet
want
on
to show
Twitter.
I don't know. Does Dylan LeClaire have me blocked? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think he does actually. He don't care. Yep, actually he does. Nope. LeClaire. I don't think he does. I don't get into blocking people these days. I'm pretty much done with that. He doesn't follow me, as you can see. Let's see here. Where is it? Man, this guy tweets a lot. Here it is. You guys can see right here. Here's the list of creditors. Man, look at that gigantic list. These are all people that are getting paid out before you do.
Yep.
There's my guy Easy again with a super chat, man. Appreciate you, bud. World Economic Forum right there. WEF invested in Celsius. Creditor Celsius. What? How is the World Economic Forum a creditor?
I have no idea.
I don't understand how they're a creditor. Like, how can they possibly? I don't get it, man. I don't understand that.
I don't either, but it always seems that the money and the Bitcoin seem to be flowing to the same set of individuals through a variety of different ways, whether it's BlackRock, Vanguard, WEF, but it all comes back to you will own nothing and be happy.
I can't believe the people, YouTubers included, and I don't have one offhand to think of and say this guy, but I'm being positive. So anyways, that's the thing. I can't believe people are celebrating this BlackRock Coinbase thing. Yeah. I can't believe it. Like my guy, you know who I love? I want to bring this guy on. You know what would be really cool if there are certain people that I think I could do a podcast with and it would be really freaking great. David Gokhshtein is one of those guys. Richard Hart's another one. I would love to do a podcast with Richard Hart. Not one episode, like once a month or something, Well, maybe we don't even talk about crypto, I don't know. Maybe we talk about other stuff. So, but me and David Gokhshtein get along awesome. If you're not following this guy, make sure that you are following him. He said this yesterday. I line up so much with stuff that he says. He said, let's see here. Let me see if I can find it.
It was right at the top. Something.
No. That was about our podcast that we did. Let's see. He tweets a lot too, man. These people tweet so much more than I do. Here it is. BlackRock isn't your friend. They're here to take all your bags of Bitcoin and ETH, and y'all are breakdancing. Now, I actually can break dance, so while y'all don't know that. Big in the Atlanta rave scene in the early 2000s. But listen, they're not your friends. Why are we celebrating this?
No,
People everywhere are like, this is how we get Bitcoin out to the masses. No, that's how they infiltrate.
Right. They literally caused the crash, and now they're reaping
They
the
literally
most
caused
rewards.
everything. They're behind Terra Luna, which ultimately is behind Three Arrows Capital, which ultimately is behind Voyager, which is behind Celsius, which is behind Vault. This is what happened. They did this. Big surprise. They did this right after. Now they're hooking up with Coinbase. We know they're hooked up with Gemini also.
Mm-hmm.
What in the actual? You know who they're not hooked up with? Binance.
Yep.
Binance. They're all hooked up with Binance. Now, is Binance a perfect company? No, obviously not. But they haven't infiltrated there yet that I know of. Maybe somebody will come tell me the opposite.
They're also hooked up with Grayscale, with Digital Currency Group, who also...
which, by the way, TikTok we looked at yesterday, one of those people from JP Morgan, where are they going to? Digital Currency Group. Do you not know who Digital Currency Group is? Go research it. Go see what we talked about a year ago when we did that video maybe. Guess who's behind Digital Currency Group? Who's behind Grayscale? Who is behind all of these different investments with the Digital Currency Group? His name is Li Ka-shing. Lika-shing. This is a tycoon billionaire from Hong Kong. I know a lot more stuff about this guy I can't even say. I cannot say. But look this guy up. He was the main funder. A Hong Kong tycoon that is in bed with the CCP literally made Digital Currency Group. Barry Silbert made this guy, made all of this. It's sketchy stuff when you start looking at how much of a hand all of this has across the board and how intermingled all of this is. And it's time that we freaking roll our sleeves up. Oh, sorry. My arm's too big. I can't get it up. It's time we roll our sleeves up and do something about it. That's what we need to do. And celebrating this, guys, is not the move. This is the freaking devil himself.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
BlackRock, Vanguard, Citadel.
I'm surprised.
Where's my blood pressure rater?
Yeah, right.
We're going to put a blood pressure meter up here.
I'm just surprised more media channels, YouTubers aren't making that connection that almost every single publicly traded company that's involved with Bitcoin is run by Bitcoin Vanguard.
Do you know the first person who put out a video about all this?
Who?
Crypto Zombie.
Really?
Crypto Zombie is the one that really, a great friend of mine, he's the one who actually put this out and really started showing these connections with Digital Currency Group and every single company in the space that they touch. I remember this video probably back in early 2019, maybe 2018, he made that video. He uncovered a lot of stuff. He's the first person I saw talking about it. Guys, this is the problem with this space. We have to clean this stuff up. And when we support, and look, it's almost impossible not to support Coinbase in some ways.
Right.
They're doing a lot of stuff, and you need to onboard people. It's needed. But on the back end, these companies and these hedge funds, they are trying to take over this entire crypto space. And we cannot allow that. That's why you got to support good companies. Right. You got to support people that are not involved with the Digital Currency Group. And I can assure you that anything that we come out with, that we're involved with going forward, that we're invested in, that we're advising in, we're not letting that stuff trickle in. We're not letting that stuff trickle in. We're not going to, because we won't be controlled. I can promise you this. I know some of y'all think I'm a deep state actor. If you're looking for the actor in crypto, it's another guy. Yeah, this is bad stuff. And I know I've talked forever about this tweet, but to me, right now, everybody patting each other on the back saying, we did it. BlackRock's in crypto. No, that's low IQ. That's low ethics. That's low morality. And I won't stand for it. And I won't sit here ever and commend them and say, guys, now we got the next $10 trillion coming to crypto. No, I don't want your freaking money. I'd rather be poor than everybody lose all their rights. That's where things are going. Technocracy.
I wanted to do a tweet where we put Michael Saylor, Jack Dorsey, and Elon Musk on the image and say, what do these three men have in common? And everybody's like, oh, their companies hold Bitcoin on their balance sheet. It's like, no, they're all owned by BlackRock and Vanguard. That's what they have in common.
Basement asked for one less button on the shirt.
There you go.
There we go.
Boom.
There we go.
All right. I guess we should keep
next,
the show
just run through next two real quick.
We'll have to do it fast.
I know. We're way behind today.
Yeah.
People love it, though.
Yeah, that's good.
87,000 new IRS agents. You can be sure none of them will ever find Hunter Biden's tax return.
Yeah.
I didn't know the IRS was that big.
Well, they're expanding now.
How
They just announced they're adding 87,000 new agents. Yeah.
Total IRS agents. See what that number is.
Well, it's this. Okay. Just read this one.
Wait. No, go back though. Go back. Do you see this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now
No, it says 78,000 total.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that tweet's
they're
correct.
Gonna double in size.
I don't think are they doubling?
That's what they just announced.
They're doubling.
That they're hiring 87,000 new agents.
Jeez. Wow, that's insane.
So
okay.
All
right. Well, that is nuts. I mean, look at this. They only had in 1982 they only had 83,000. 77,000 permanent. Okay. This is very interesting stuff. I'd really like to look into this at some point. This says there are 95,000 total. So, yeah, pretty much doubling though, but they're probably talking about the permanent numbers. Okay, next tweet. We'll read it. Are we at the bottom? Consider this.
Yeah, I know.
Where did y'all dig up this tweet from? Huh? Where'd y'all dig up old Nicholas Demandi? This guy's my head of content. Love this guy. Maybe Nick gave this tweet. He would never self-promote. Self-promote.
No.
By the way, Nick, all those really fancy documentaries we make, he's in charge of all those. So Nick does a fantastic job here. But are we at the bottom? Consider this. Bitcoin and its price action has only existed during QE. This was a few months ago. QE is over. The capital flow is off. The macro has changed. We are in uncharted territory. Guys, that's what we're talking about with Black Swan. Black Swan is not a Black Swan event, obviously, is something that is a very bad thing that comes out of nowhere. But when you're looking at these types of situations, you have to take in new information because it might change the outcome of stuff. And so, yes, he's correct. We've never seen this before. But I do believe that the quantitative easing is turning on by the end of this year. And I believe early 2024, we are going to get rates, dropping. We're probably going to get some kind of disaster at the end of next year, whether it's freaking monkeypox or a cyber warfare or, I don't know, Russia, China, Taiwan, United States tension, something like that. We're going to get, they'll lower the rates again. So, all right, moving on here. Americans' credit card debt had the biggest jump in more than 20 years. New York Fed said. What's that?
I'd say this is scary. This is how they get you to the position where you don't own anything.
Yep.
They let you run the debt up, and then they go change the rules and keep you locked in it forever.
What color is my shirt? Salsa? What? Credit card debt grew 5.5%, 13% year over year. The annualized increase was the sharpest cumulative increase in more than 2 decades. I got some stuff to say about this. Second quarter 2022 showed robust increases in basically all balances across all forms of credit. Auto balances increased $33 billion during the second quarter. Scarcity of vehicles squeezed would-be car prices into higher would-be car buyers into higher prices. I know, like on all the fancy cars I bought last year, outside the Lambo, outside the Lambo, the new cars that I bought last year, they all had price increases just above sticker price. They're all 10 grand above sticker price, which is crazy. Student loans were the one source of debt that didn't add extra weight to Americans' debt load, which is quite interesting. Maybe less people going to college, maybe pandemic affecting that. Here's what I want to say on this. I want to say, guys, if we're able to get through this current financial crisis that we're in, and without our entire system changing, which I'm not 100% sure we'll be able to do, but mostly sure, it may end up with the digital dollar being what we start using. USDC, I believe, will be that. But, guys, they told you for years about the inflation. They told you for years about fiat currency. And for years, people ignored it. Nobody got gold. Nobody got Bitcoin. Nobody moved their assets. Some people did. But guys, our debt as a country, our debt as individuals, this is probably the next crisis after this. Maybe student loans will lead that. Is basically you're going to have less jobs, unemployment, and people aren't going to be able to start paying their student loan debts off. We'll probably have to get some dramatic, legislation at some point on that. Somebody will have to run on that to be president one day, probably. So I definitely think, like, if you're going to use credit, only use it in a way where you're able to leverage to get an asset back, like we talked about the other day. But overall, guys, this is a mounting problem that people are continuing to ignore as well. And these are the types of things that make me think that we're in for a really, really bumpy road for quite a while. Is Ben related to George Clooney?
No.
Do I have a Caesar haircut from the 90s?
I did go by and see his house that's on Lake Como while we were out there. He has a
in
villa.
Italy.
He has a villa out there.
A villa.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How about that? George Clooney. Is he still relevant? I guess so. Somebody mentioned him.
Yeah. Sure, a lot of people think so.
We love George Clooney. We love George Clooney. He was in one of the worst movies of all time.
What's that?
Batman and Robin. It's an awful movie. Very bad Batman. It's an embarrassment to the Batman series. Big fan of Batman movies, but that one, no good. Definitely the worst one by a long shot. You know, some people don't like Batman Forever. They put it down there as well.
Batman Forever?
Yeah,
Which
the one
is
with
that?
Jim Carrey as the Riddler and Tommy Lee Jones as the.
That's a
as
great
Two-Face.
one, I think.
A great one?
Yeah, Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
As the Riddler, I like it.
Yeah, it was a great. In my opinion, it was a great one. Some people don't like it. They put it at the bottom. I wonder if we watched it today, if we brand new.
Yeah.
Kind of like Dumb and Dumber. You know, if you watch it today, you're like, I don't know why I love this movie so much.
Yeah, right.
The rewatch value is not as high as something like Napoleon Dynamite or The Waterboy.
Yeah.
Two great
Waterboy,
rewatch.
Billy Madison.
SEC investigating Binance, all U.S. crypto exchanges. This is from Forbes, guys. Coinbase is not the only crypto exchange the SEC is keeping tabs on. Wait. Oh, sorry. I thought this was an Alien story. Coinbase is not the only crypto exchange. Cynthia Lummis is telling us what is going on here. A staffer reports. They basically say that an unnamed employee from her office has claimed that the U.S. Look, I'm not accusing Cynthia Lummis of something, but I think this might have been an intentional leak here. It's the U.S. financial regulator is probing Binance and every U.S. crypto exchange. According to the source, the SEC is looking to establish itself as the country's chief crypto regulator as it continues to battle with the U.S. CFTC. Oh my gosh, this is such a crazy story here. Curtis Stevo, good news from Voyager broke this morning. I don't know the details, but they're returning cash to a certain number of retail investors. How about that? Good for them. Maybe they don't want their World Economic Forum investor coming out like Celsius did. That was a joke. This week, the Senate Agricultural Committee introduced a digital commodity. What? Do you read that?
The new bill would.
The Senate Agricultural Committee?
Yeah. Well, this
introduced the Digital Commodities Consumer Protection Act.
Yeah. This is the one that
agriculture.
Yeah, this is the committee that you were explaining is above all of that stuff because it's commodities, right? Like agriculture, like wheat and grain. And remember, we talked about this on
agriculture. All commodities are agriculture. How is that above? That's weird.
Well, you were the one who explained it.
No, it wasn't me
on stream.
No, somebody else did.
Okay.
I don't think
that the agricultural committee is one of the highest ranking ones of all that.
If I did,
you
then
forgot.
I have short-term memory loss.
Yeah,
because I don't remember that at all.
We talked about it. Maybe it wasn't on stream.
Maybe it was a different one. I don't know. But anyways, the point here being is, okay, do y'all see what's going on here? I want to reiterate what I've said about Gary Gensler here, and I also want to tell you guys, or Adam Silver's cousin, aka ET's uncle. The point here is this: is that the SEC is losing power. And I said yesterday, you are starting to see both sides of the aisle in the Senate turn against Gary Gensler and against the SEC. So what happens? I want you to think about the way this flows, okay?
Oh, it was DZ and I talking about
it? Must have been. Yeah, it wasn't me. I didn't know that. This is new information for me.
I just sworn. But...
The president puts out an executive order. We need to figure out who's in charge of what. That was maybe in November, I think. I can't remember exactly when it was, but it was last year. Maybe it was the summer. I don't know. CFTC, SEC, battling for who's in control of what. Meanwhile, you have the Ripple case going on where you have all of this stuff coming out about William Henman and the corruption of the SEC that they can no longer hide from. It is out there. That's why they're doing all this stuff, appealing, asking for this to be changed, this to be redacted, because the SEC has egg on its face, and it's dirty eggs. I'll tell you that. Because they know all this stuff is coming out. You have Gary Gensler now. We talked about yesterday. It has come out. He has a $124 million, I think it's a family investment fund, not registered with the SEC. And there was also, let me pull up Slack real quick and go to this, because I think in our research group, which I had to talk with Larry from our research group at some point.
Nice.
He's a really great guy. Like that guy a lot. Let's see here. I think it's in the research. Basically, it was something about a new thing that they found out about Gary Gensler. Another thing that he has done that's a big deal. It wasn't here. Maybe it was on. Let me look on Twitter real quick, see if I can find it. Let's see if he's trending.
They remember it. You did explain it on stream.
I did.
Yeah. I remember us talking about it and how we thought it was strange that the agricultural committee would be so high ranking and that it would outrank the CFTC.
Well, I didn't know it going
stuff.
into it. Maybe we looked at it on the, and I forgot.
Yeah.
So, agriculture, I just think farms.
Same. That's why I thought it was like okay.
So there's Gary Gensler. Let's just, because this is a big story with this other thing that broke. Let's see. John Deaton, the one that is uncovering a lot of this stuff about him as well. Here it is. Look at this. SEC Chair Gary Gensler. I'm telling you guys, this guy is a fraudster. He is a scammer. He is paid by the banks, just like Janet Yellen is. It is so obvious, and the jig is up. Someone has turned on him. I think basically what has happened at this point is the stink from Gary Gensler is getting so bad, mostly in part to John Deaton and the Ripple case, which, by the way, I did join the John Deaton lawsuit finally.
Oh, nice.
I did join that. He's accused of shorting crypto-focused stocks like AMC Theaters and GameStop through Vanguard and BlackRock. Shocker.
Yeah.
Absolute shocker here.
Look at that smirk.
This guy.
I can't believe, you know.
I can believe it. I mean, look at a lot of people in the government. It's very obvious.
It's just crazy.
They're crooks.
And it's blatant right in your face, and we let him get away with it.
Gary Gensler came in the chat here.
Yeah,
Gary Gensler says he's going to destroy me. Hey, well, listen, Gary, come at me, big boy. Come at me. I think he's only 5'8". Oh, no. Remember, we can't find his height. He's the one that you don't know how tall he is.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Why? It depends on whether he lifts himself up with his tail a little bit, you know? But yeah, so this is going on. So what's happening here is you have the CFTC and the SEC leaking information back and forth, trying to make the other one look like a negative light. Gary Gensler is trying to make all of the exchanges look terrible right now so he can come after them. And how did he make the exchanges look terrible? How did he do it? BlackRock.
Yep.
Here it is again. You cannot unsee this stuff when you see it. If you work for a Fortune 500 company, you better be looking at who's on your board there, because most likely this is one. BlackRock is definitely holding it. It's probably on your board. So, like I said, I've actually been talking to some people about some things we can possibly do to try to get this going the other way. And it's the only way we save ourselves from Great Reset, folks. We have to do something different. We're changing accredited investor laws in California with the Financial Education and Inclusion Act of 2022. We're going to be expanding that to many, many more states. You guys, if you want to look into that, you can go check out our video we did, I think 2 Fridays ago, maybe, or a couple weeks ago anyways, about that Financial Inclusion Act.
Do you remember the title? I'll drop it.
I don't remember the title.
I'll try to find it.
I think it was like huge announcement or something.
I'll try to
find
it.
Try to find that. We can drop in the chat. There's a link to a political Discord that we have people running now. Guys, we're trying to get in and change this stuff. And some of the Senate is looking to change some of this stuff too. Now, this Commodities Act is Bitcoin and Ethereum, in which, by the way, I got contacted about. There's potential for me to be involved in that bill at this point. The one from the Senate. So there are some things we're talking about with some high-level people about maybe playing a role in that. Guys, we're getting our hands dirty over here. This is not where you come on over to this show every day and we pop off entertainment for you and there's no value. We're telling you what's going on. In addition to that, we're making changes. When you're part of this community, it is not about yourself. Like, yes, come in, make money in crypto. I love that. I want that for you. I want you to drive a Lamborghini or a Rolls Royce, or I want you to be able to pay off your house. I want you to be able to pay off your student debt. I don't want you to have to live in a situation where you're stacked with debt. I don't want that for you. But once you start getting where you need to be, this is about us. This is what separates us from other channels and other communities out there. I'm not saying anything bad about any other communities. I'm not saying anything bad about them. I'm just saying most of them are transactional. You go there, you watch the video, you take the information, and that's it. And then you do with it. In this community, you're a member of the BitSquad, we are changing things. We are coming after these gatekeepers. You know this is happening. Who else is sponsoring laws out there? Only us. We're trying to get some other people involved in it as well. Some people you guys will know. But this is different what we do here. And that's why we love this community so much. And I know, like, sometimes we get a little shorter on the news, we get a little longer on the philosophy and the ideals. That's the stuff that's really important. The news changes every day. How much is that changing your portfolio? Not that much. This stuff that we're talking about now, this is life and country and world changing. That's what we want. Slope wallet provider, things that need to change. Saves user seed phase in plain text. Solana security researchers find. So we've been talking a lot about what happened with these private keys here. With these private keys with the Slope wallet, I did learn a little bit more about that. On Thursday morning, Otter, a security firm focused on Solana, reported Slope's wallet app sent out user seed phrases to a centralized server. Slope hired this server from a company called Sentry, which I've heard of that. Slope has made a statement saying it didn't have a firm answer to the cause of the breach. We have some hypotheses as to the nature of the breach, but nothing is firm yet. Otter's on-chain analysis has estimated that so far $4 million has been stolen by hackers. Yeah, we do have the Voyager news too here. Voyager returned $270 million in customer funds. Says it received better offers than FTX. So here's good news for this. But I want to go back to the story just briefly because I want to let you guys know when you guys send me stuff on Twitter, I do generally see it. A guy sent me a message on Twitter yesterday, and I gave him my email address. He actually wrote a paper on the relationship between these hot wallets, the servers, where the data is stored in the private keys. We're going to be making a video about that. I don't know when it'll come out. It'll take us probably a while to turn that into a video. You guys know we don't have that many like non-live stream videos that we put out on this channel other than the 9 p.m. But I think that's very important. It probably won't do great because I know like most of y'all may not care. Maybe you do now. But it's really interesting on some level, as I tell you at all times, there's no such thing as true decentralization. There are vulnerabilities right now across the board in everything. Because even if you go to the web hosting services of these sites, there's always going to be some kind of centralization determined there. And this was what happened. This is how this occurred. Now, I would say this is that this is why you don't want any of your money on one place only. You should have multiple different brands of hardware wallets. If you're going to use hot wallets or multiple cold storage wallets, if you're going to use hot wallets, don't have all your money in one. If you're staking, don't put it all on one platform. Diversify. Here is the rule. If one thing happens, Adam Silver asking me thoughts on Lizard Coin.
That's pretty good.
If one thing occurs and all of your crypto gets wiped out, if one place gets hacked or one of your private keys gets stolen or one mobile wallet has a problem, you've done it wrong. You need to diversify where you're holding your crypto. So as you guys can see on our, now on our $1, $10, $25,000 portfolio, we do have all of our money on one place. That's not a significant portion of our money, but I don't suggest you guys do it. We're going to be showing the display on how we do that, but we just did it that way for simplicity so we can make all the trades on one place and show it to you guys. So that's a bad example what we're doing there. That's a bad example of how to do security. This is more just to be able to display the coins and moves that we're making to you guys. So Voyager returning $270 million. Let's see. Held at the Metropolitan Commercial Bank. You know who else uses this bank?
Who?
Crypto.com. That's if you look into their Visa debit card, which I think they're still doing that. Are they still doing that at all?
I think so.
I think they are.
Just
still.
different.
If you have one, your grandfather didn't, it worked. They lowered your returns, but
yeah,
I love my Crypto.com card. Company also noted it has already received bids through the marketing process that are higher and better than Alameda's FTX proposal. Don't quote me on that Crypto.com thing 100%. I'm almost positive that's the one they use. News about other interested bidders come at the same time as a bankruptcy judge is wanting them to return cash. So this is cash they're going to be recovering. So if you have cash, it looks like you're going to get it back, but is it going to be all of it? 100,000. They have 100,000 creditors. That makes sense. I mean, I guess that's the users.
More than 10 billion.
Golly. Wow. So $270 million, they're going to be giving that back out. I guess if you have cash on there, you might get your money back. So that is good news at least. But I know most of you guys probably didn't have cash sitting on there. If you did, it wasn't a lot. Facebook parent Meta set to raise $10 billion in bond debut. Huh, that's interesting. You know what that tells me? That tells me that these bond yields are going to start going back the other way before this is done. I would be very interested in time frame on this. Meta set to raise $10 billion in first ever bond offering on Thursday. It looks to fund share buybacks and investments to revamp its business. Let's see. Are these? This is a bond to the company. These are not treasury bonds. They're raising money to buy. Or is it?
I can't tell.
Bond market is very confusing to me. I mean, it makes a lot more sense to me now than it did. Basically, you got to almost be a financial advisor to understand them in and out, I think. Let's see. Meta has been the only one that did not have it on its books. Tapping the market now build a traditional balance sheet. I guess it is. Let's see. Nearly $60 million primary in bond market. Yeah, it is. It is to buy traditional bonds, it looks like. So I would think that definitely means at some point the yield is going to start going the other way. I believe that we are going to see the reversal of inflation this month. I think when the CPI numbers come out, they're going to be down. 9.1% was last. It may be 9%. I'm targeting what I was targeting last time was about 8.9%. I think we'll see. I heard the pendulum is swinging. The numbers haven't reflected it yet. So, you know, I think we can look for that. Do you believe that? You think the inflation is going to possibly go down this month? Just slightly?
Maybe. You know, or
these would be the July numbers, I guess, right?
July, yeah. And so maybe I don't know. They printed so much money. You know, it's going to be tough.
What time frames primarily do you like to trade on for leverage, Ben and Frankie? What's your favorite leverage, Frank? He's not in here. Yeah. My favorite leverage is 25x. It's extremely difficult, and you will get crushed, and you will probably die and lose all your money. So don't do that. But that's my favorite. It keeps me super interested. You know, the Bybit sweats, they're a real thing. The FEMEX sweats now. We got to come up with the FEMEX fever. No one don't wake up with a FEMEX fever. Which, you know, we still have Bybit links. Bybit International now. FEMEX, you know, you can pretty much trade there wherever you're at.
What about time frame?
I'm trading the hourly on our trading challenge basically here just for consistency purposes. Right. Preferably, what I look at, I generally, when I'm just doing what I want to do, I'm looking at the hourly, the 4 hour, the daily. Those are really the ones I'm looking at. I'm trying to factor in all three of those, whatever. So, okay. Jack Dorsey led Block post 1.5 billion in Q2 profits. Bitcoin revenue down. Shocker. Cardano receives long-term bullish feature. 70.6% of market cap is staked. I mean, that's number's been very consistent. So
it has.
Very, very consistent. Oh, Gankman has, this is good advice, actually, what he says here. He says you should use weird numbers on your leverage, like 23x or 25 or 26x instead of 25x. Because we talked about stop loss hunters. They know people are generally using traditional, you know, solid numbers, 5, 10, 25, 50. Don't ever go over 50. 50 is actually possible to win with. It's still extremely dangerous. 100, it's almost impossible to win with, in my opinion. I can't possibly see you getting the wiggle room to make money consistently with 100x. Maybe somebody can do it. These exchanges put these high numbers out there for shock value. That's it. Oh, Binance has got 125x. Don't use it.
No.
That's stupid. So anyways, the point is, yeah, that's what I like to use on the leverage and time frame.
So you can use like 6x instead of 5x.
Use 6x instead of 5x. Yeah, let's do that. So I was going to do 5x. Maybe we do 7.
Hey, 7.
I think Crypto Face likes 7. I think you use 7 pretty good bit. So 5x is generally pretty safe. You have enough wiggle room where you can have good stop losses. 10x, you're starting to get in. You got to be watching it a lot of times. One of the reasons why I'm trading less now with less leverage than I normally would, number one, I don't want to be a bad example to you guys. And number two, it's because I don't want to monitor it 24/7. So when you're doing 10x and above, you really got to watch it a lot. And in my life, I don't have time for that. So Cardano receives long-term bullish. The number of market cap staked here has been generally 70 to 71%. An information and statistical portal dedicated to crypto is prepared a ranking of the top 15 coins. And Cardano closes the top 3. First place is Ethereum. Second place is Solana. That's because of all the big venture capital money that's in it, probably. What I would say with Cardano here on this is that, think about this. 71% is staked. Big difference between Solana and Cardano is Solana gave out almost all their tokens to people before they let the public buy into it. So the vast majority of that 75% is owned by the team, is owned by the seed round, owned by the investor, the early investors, and things like that. Owned by VC funds. Alameda, obviously one of the biggest holders, if not the biggest holder, I would assume. With Cardano, it's different because it was dispersed almost exclusively to the people. I think it's like 80% or 90% went to the average retail investor. Very small percent. It may be 70. It's somewhere between 70, between 0 and it's somewhere between 70 and 90, I believe, that got dispersed to regular retail holders with Cardano. But here's the thing about it. 71% of those people are staking. And this number hasn't changed as we've gone into the bear market. What does that tell you? People are not selling their Cardano right now. The people who came in to sell their Cardano, those are the people that came in, bought it on Coinbase, left it on Coinbase, and sold it. The people who are in for the long term, they're staking it. This is one reason why I really believe Cardano has a chance to pass Ethereum if Ethereum has issues in the future. Nothing else does. The community, 71% is the community, and they back it, and they're not looking to sell. If you look at Ethereum, its big advantage, it's not it was first. It's not it's the best. It has the biggest pool of developers. It's got the most action on it, most activity. Well, Cardano, it's got the biggest and strongest community, along with XRP's got a gigantic, strong community as well. But obviously, staking is not done the same way. Which, by the way, our Cardano node, we are trying to get fixed. I think we should buy an XRP node, a Ripple node.
Okay.
How would you feel about that, TJ?
I mean,
we're part of the decentralization.
Yeah. I guess it's a positive step.
Yeah. Can you just real quick, every day, I think maybe not now, but you and I both, we would write down like 10 things we're thankful for.
Mm-hmm.
What are 3 things about XRP that you're thankful for?
3 things about XRP that I'm thankful for. Upside potential.
Mm-hmm.
Making a mockery of the SEC. And the fact that they are making steps to,
Brad Garlinghouse has a nice beard, maybe?
Yeah, being more decentralized. I don't know. That's 2. Is 2 enough? 2's enough. That's all I got.
I can say positive things about it all day.
Yeah.
That's weird. You would think that you would have picked up some of that for me. TJ has not. He's not 100% in the XRP army yet. But
the reason
I'm trying
is
to get him there.
It's tough because it's kind of like what you were saying with BlackRock and Vanguard. Yes, this is going to make prices go up.
Understood.
But no, this is not helping people and individuals long term, in my opinion.
What I would say, I mean, look, I agree with that sentiment. I understand it. Where it's helping out the banks, but it's also helping people pay less fees when they're sending money back and forth, and because the banks are the ones doing the transferring on the back end, so those go down to customers. If they're able to cut costs, then it can be cheaper, which is good. But I understand what TJ's saying here. XRPL obviously not included in any of this. Nothing on XRPL is completely decentralized.
Just XRP itself.
Still and really the company Ripple as well for you. I think.
Right. And what you were saying about Solana, where most of it's held by VC investors and those types, same is true for XRP, obviously.
And I know there's certainly a lot of people out there that believe that I'm all in on this XRP army and Ripple for clicks. I know there's people that think that. We cover a story every day. If we stop doing an XRP story, we definitely lose some followers for sure. But what has happened to me really over the last year and a half, actually longer than that now at this point, is that I got out of the meme culture. I started looking into what's real. I would have told you XRPL was centralized 2 years ago. I just didn't know. I was uneducated on it because I see the memes and lived in the echo chamber. But what I'll tell you is the reason why we are so dedicated to XRP is because of community. I love the Ripple army. These people on Twitter, like your King Solomon's and your Mickle Markets. I mean, I think he's a little newer to it being a bigger account than some of these other guys. The BlackBerry digital guy, I think is his name. These people are people who I judged and didn't like and was like, this guy. Some of them attacked me before, And I've come to find out they're all real good people. And I was very misled about a lot of stuff. that goes on with that community. And you know, there are still some of those people out there that really hate me. To the boats guy or whatever he is, he still attacks me all the time. Whatever. Outside XRP, nobody knows who that guy is. But the fact is that I love the community. I really love the fact that part of that community that used to be against us understands that they see we're real and we're authentic, and they're with us now. And I think that's really good stuff. And we're going to continue to talk XRP. And when this case ends, we're going to have a party. We're going to have a party for sure. We're having a party anyways at the end of next year in Las Vegas for NFT holders of the project that'll be coming out hopefully by the end of the year. So we talked to a lot of people, the Kaj Leroy, we talked to the Sologenics people. We just love these people in the community. I want some of the other big XRP people to come on here as well. Ripple and WEF embed together. Guys, it's impossible to untangle all this stuff at this point. Look at all the people that are in the Ethereum Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Look, I don't know if there's any foundation ties, but Vitalik Buterin's Russian. It's like, you know, where do you think that works in? I think he's a good guy. I don't think he's a bad person. Right. But look what's going on with Russia right now. So we can look at everything out there. Ripple, obviously, digital currency group, big investor in them. And look, we are going to keep them out of our purview of what I do as a company. It's impossible really to be in crypto and not dance around with some of these, not dance around with the devil a little bit.
Yeah, when you're investing,
blockchain backer as well. Love blockchain backer.
There's definitely some personal philosophy that gets involved in it, but for the most part, you need to remove your personal stances and philosophy on things. And if it goes up and makes money for you, you know, it's worth having in the portfolio.
And it's a hard thing because we are very philosophical driven, but we don't like to necessarily make philosophical decisions with our portfolio because our numbers are supposed to be about helping you out when we show that stuff. Like VeChain, for instance, one we did make a stand on. So it's hard. It's hard. But I think what this boils down to, we love the XRP community. We appreciate them. You know, I definitely think that it's something that we're going to continue to build stronger and stronger ties, you know.
So throw that X up.
What's that?
Throw that X up.
Yeah, definitely. Where's my XRP? Make sure to smash the like button if you love XRP.
X.
The chartist says the XRP is eyeing a potential breakout at the 40-cent level. And I think this makes sense, guys, because I do think we're seeing a relief rally here and what's going to happen. It managed to regain steam in the 2021 bear market before the SEC case began. Investors who hold XRP are pinning their hopes to a favorable outcome in the high-stakes court case. So, obviously, not that much news going on with XRP today. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. A story about me, Ben Armstrong. If you don't own ETH, XRP, and ADA, you're doing it wrong. This is CryptoGlobe.com. They wrote this article about my tweet here. Crypto analyst, it's not pronounced, analyst, Ben Armstrong, the host of the very popular YouTube channel BitBoy Crypto, named 3 digital assets he believes should be in every crypto investor's portfolio. Yeah, definitely. I definitely believe that. You are going to see us in our $1,000 portfolio leave one of these out. You are going to see that. We will add it in at some point in that portfolio. But when you have $1,000, you can't have, I think with as much money as we have in stable coins right now in these portfolios, which you'll see, I really was only willing to add 2 of these 3. And I give reasons for in the short term why I think those 2 are the ones to add in a small portfolio. Once it starts moving up, the third one will be the next one that we add to the list. Most likely for sure, unless we have reason to think something else is going to do really well. So let's see. Ethereum. Here's how the Ethereum Foundation explains the merge. I talked about that, why the merge is going to be really, really big for that. XRP, obviously, the reason this is going to be so massive is because of the suppression of the bull run and what's going on with there. Ellie Terra, I love it. Let's get her back on the show. Where's Molly? Molly, book Ellie back on the show. I want John Dean and Ellie back on the show soon. They're freaking awesome. They are making the rounds on the mainstream media as well.
Yeah.
Also been in talks with old Fred Rispoli. I think we're going to get him on as well. He's another attorney.
What about Mark Cuban? Would that be a good one? We've never had him.
You saw him on Altcoin Daily.
I did, yeah. So he is obviously doing the round.
Yeah, I guess. Let's yeah. I mean,
do you not like him?
And no, it's not that I don't like Mark Cuban. I'll be very clear on that.
Yeah.
I like Mark Cuban. There's some stuff that I disagree with. I just don't want to be cliche and like people are bringing him on, so let me bring him on a little bit, you know? But I guess let's do it. Yeah, let's try to see if we can reach out to him and get him on.
I just feel like
Altcoin Daily will probably hook us up with a contact.
He's probably one of the bigger ones he's one of the few that we've never had on.
We've never had him on.
Yeah.
Like, I understand a lot of these other people reach out to us, a lot of these bigger people, to come on the show. So anyways, we'll check that out. As you guys know, we're writing a book, Catching Up to Crypto, will be out in January. We'll have, or you can technically, I think, maybe go start pre-ordering it now if you look at them on Amazon. But there's no cover. There's not much there at this point. But we did get the forward from Raoul Powell. Raoul Powell wrote the forward for the book. So really appreciate Raoul and all that. Got everything signed yesterday from him, and he wrote an incredible forward for that book. We're talking about people I like on the show. Raoul's another one that we absolutely love. So Cardano, obviously they got the Vassal hard fork. That's a big thing coming up in the short term. So those are all the reasons why I picked those three. I think, once again, unless you're an individual coin maximalist from one of these three, there's no reason not to have all three in. If you want to make a philosophical decision based on your personal beliefs on whatever, on XRP, then you feel free to do that. But it's not going to be the best thing for your portfolio, in my opinion. What was that super chat from him?
Where?
Was there a super chat? We missed it. I missed that super chat. We can only see so much of the screen at a time, so sorry. Q&A?
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah, I do want Digital Asset Investor. We didn't reach out to him too. Good.
All right. Let's see. If you believe that Bitcoin has further downside and could go to the 15.7K range again, why bother accumulating altcoins now? They will get crushed. I would wait for the end of the year. Thoughts?
Here's why. And when you look at this portfolio, I did not do over, I think the highest percentage of those portfolios I allocated was like about 26%. Why did I do that? In case we bottomed. I at least got 20 to 25% of my funds in case. I mean, and you can think about this number. What percentage of a chance do I believe that we've already bottomed? About 20 to 25%. I think 3 out of 4 times we're going down lower. So because of that, yes, that 25% has potential to get crushed. But if it does go down to where I'm looking for it to go, and I buy back in at those low numbers, then I'm going to return that back when the prices go up. So you just don't want to get caught sitting around in this bear market, even though we believe there's more downside. You don't want to get caught giving yourself absolutely zero exposure in case you miss the bottom.
This goes hand in hand with that from Elijah in the basement. Is now the time to start dollar cost averaging into ETH, XRP, Polygon, Polkadot, Cardano?
So I explained in my portfolio video why I'm not dollar cost averaging in that portfolio. It would make for a real boring portfolio series. Probably, hey guys, another week. Here, we bought the same amount we bought last week. It is a good strategy, though. If that's a strategy you want to use right now, you should do that. However, I still believe that if you have money on the sidelines and you haven't been buying through the bear market at all, you are going to want to put a decent chunk in at one time to get that rolling in case you missed the bottom. Now, if you're dollar cost averaging from January on, then yeah, keep doing that. Once you start dollar costing averaging, if prices drop, you could actually consider increasing the amount that you're putting in. So if you're putting $100 in and Bitcoin's at $25,000, you're putting $100 a week, and then it drops down to $15,000. I understand the idea of dollar cost averaging is to consistently put the same amount, but you can put that on a sliding scale. If it goes lower and you can afford $200 that week, then that makes a lot more sense. You're compounding your returns, your return on investment, and you're supercharging that so that when things do go up, you're going to start making money back a lot quicker. So how come no coverage on Electus from Tezos from Phantasm Springs being used by 3 United Nations countries? I just haven't talked that much about Tezos in a long time. It hasn't really been in the light, so maybe that'll be something we'll look at. We do have big reviews coming out for you guys on HBAR and Quant. So we're going to be doing some deep dive videos. I recorded those this week, so check that out.
All right. What would be a good wallet to set up for a veteran nonprofit? Something easy so they can accept crypto donations.
Okay, so accepting crypto donations as a nonprofit, I do want to say this. I had this discussion actually this week with the guy who came in last week for the to come and watch the show. His name escapes me right now. Any other day I would have told you his name. But we were talking about he's part of supports a nonprofit, and they were looking at doing that. Guys, if you are in a nonprofit and you're accepting crypto donations, unless there's a law saying otherwise, you should always have a percentage that you immediately cash out And you should also have a percentage you should be accumulating as a treasury for your nonprofit. I actually ran into the chairman of the board at the last nonprofit where I was the executive director of. I saw him at the Braves game the other night. First time I had seen him since I left there. First time I've talked to him. And, he said, man, I remember we were having board meetings and I was telling them in 2018, 2017 even, hey guys, well, 2017 wasn't as great probably, but in 2018 and 2019, I guess it would have been I left at the end of 2018. So 2018, I was saying, guys, this is what he told me. He said, you said the price may go up or the price may go down soon. You need to get some Bitcoin. We need to get some Bitcoin as a nonprofit. And he said, we probably should have listened to you. He's in crypto now. A lot of those guys that knew me back then are in crypto, own some Bitcoin, stuff like that. He fortunately got in 2020, so he still did pretty well. But that's the way to do it if you're in a nonprofit, I'd say. What is that percentage? What makes sense for you? If you're heavy on cash and you've got enough to afford for a while and you guys have income coming in every month, I would put a higher percentage in treasury. If you need cash on hand, then obviously make it a smaller percentage that you're keeping. Go ahead. Last one.
Last question. What are your thoughts on Near Protocol?
Yeah, I did want to give Rand a shout out. Rand apparently yesterday on his stream said, watch out for Near Protocol, and it went up 17%. I don't know if you caught it the top or a dead even spot from that 17%, but good call on that, Rand. I like Near Protocol. I actually met some of those guys when I was down at DecentralCon last year in November, which we will be going back to again this year in Miami at the end of November. Near Protocol guys were great. It's definitely one to keep your eye on. I think, I'm trying to think where I would put it. It is one I'm interested in accumulating when we start looking at these portfolios for sure. It could be potentially have an avalanche type run where it comes from nowhere and kind of pops up.
Right. So the guy still wants to know what wallet.
Oh, what wallet to hold it in?
Yeah, that's easy and simple for them.
If you're accepting Bitcoin and Ethereum, Coinbase wallet, to be honest with you. Coinbase wallet's going to have the highest security of, not Coinbase app. It's different. You have the private keys to this. Coinbase wallet. You're going to have the private keys to that. I don't know how the servers work. We're going to do a video on that. We're going to show with a hot wallet what happens. But Coinbase is, we've talked to some of their tech people. It hasn't really been exploited.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that it won't.
Very secure.
It's very secure. And we know we're talking to someone, who has, potentially leaving Coinbase to come for us, to come work with us. And I'll tell you this guy is rigorous with what he wants. We're coming to work with, long and the short of it is, we're talking to someone from Coinbase in the technical department. And I can tell you, highest levels of standard there. They have the most on the line at Coinbase. So if I'm going to pick a hot wallet, I think that's the one I'm going to pick. I mean, would you disagree?
Yeah, no, that's a good recommendation. Another one I use a lot for new people is Edge Wallet, just because it's a UI that's easy. You have a username and password like a lot of people are used to.
Mm-hmm.
They don't obviously hold it, but it's another one that's secure and simple to use and self-custodies multiple assets.
Somebody said Coinbase is insured. They're FDIC insured up to $250,000 cash in your account. Does not cover your crypto. Somebody else said, last thing here, somebody said, bring Richard on the show. I do. I want to get Richard on the show in the morning one day. Exodus, also a very good choice. That would be kind of the non-exchange associated one I would have said.
It's not good. It's not good for noobs. It's too involved. Yeah.
Personally, you're not going to hear me on here recommend a hot wallet that I don't know a lot of background behind.
Right.
But Exodus was one that came to mind. I know it's a good wallet.
It is.
I don't know how they have stuff stored. So until we do this video and I figure out exactly how all that works, I'm not going to really give a lot of recommendations. I just feel like the Coinbase wallet is probably pretty safe because they have a lot on the line. Haven't had an exploit before. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So, all right, guys, that is all I got for today. Of course, if you're going to use a hardware wallet, use a Ledger. We got a link. But if that's too complicated, then that's what I would go with. Just want to clarify. All right, guys, that's all we got. Be blessed. Good boy out.